What's going on, everyone? My name is Twig, and today I am happy to bring you a first look video covering an awesome new demo for a really cool game called Mandragora. The devs put out a public live demo over on Steam 2 days ago, and all I have to say is that you have to give this one a try. It is a 2.5D side-scrolling action RPG with deep Metroidvania and Souls-like elements. Until doing research for this game, I didn't realize that it hit its pledge over on Kickstarter and plans to release sometime in 2024 on PC and all the consoles. Thank you for taking the time to check out this video. If you game on PC, feel free to add me on Steam, join my Steam Curator group, or subscribe here on YouTube. I do reviews on games that I 100%, first look videos covering newly released indie games that interest me, and I post guides and stuff like that. I really appreciate you watching, and if you think this game is your cup of tea, the Steam link to it will be down below as well. When you first boot up the demo, you'll be given a brief backstory on what is going on in the world, who you are, and kind of what your current mission is. You are an Inquisitor of Crimson City, tasked by the King Priest with hunting down an enemy of the state, which is a witch. Apparently you've had a run-in already with one of the witch's sisters, and you've gotten intel where their rendezvous point is. The meeting point is located outside the city limits, which is a dangerous area filled with abominations. After starting a new game, you'll get to customize your character. A lot of the options are disabled for the demo, as well as all of the classes except for the Vanguard class. Right off the bat, after taking control of your character, you'll notice quite a bit of information all located in the bottom corners of your screen. In the bottom right, you have your current quest selected, your currency, and your souls. In the bottom left, there is quite a bit of information as well. You'll have your health bar, stamina bar, and adrenaline meter, along with your abilities you have selected. We have our basic sword attack in slot 1, we have no ability yet in slot 2, and then we have our special attack in slot 3, and then our parry ability on top. Next is the items on your quick select bar with your healing flask selected, and then lastly your current level, and if the bubble is filled up, that means you can level up. As you defeat enemies, you'll gain a souls-like currency along with gold, depending on the enemy type that you kill. The controls have remapping, and I played around with a couple different configurations, but I ended up just keeping the default setup. It did take a little bit to get used to everything and get it all ingrained in my brain, but once I did, it felt good. Traversing through the map also feels pretty good. The platforming is cool because you can jump and climb, and the verticality keeps the feel of each area fresh. Waypoints act as bonfires where you can level up, check on your talent tree, which is pretty in-depth, as well as fast travel to other shrines that you've found. The map is kind of foggy until you turn in map fragments to an NPC, then a lot more information is given to you for that corresponding area. There's a lot of info on the talent page tree. I think they did a pretty good job with easily presenting all of it and just showing how each perk affects your overall stats and build. Each time you level up by gathering souls from fallen enemies, you'll get a talent point to spend in this tree where you can choose how to shape your build. There are a total of 6 different trees for you to pick upgrades from, but in the demo, you can only choose from the Vanguard tree. You'll have your main attributes, secondary attributes, resistances, and resources. You can mix and match talents to suit your playstyle. In the full game, you're supposed to be able to move anywhere on the trees freely to create mixed classes, to create an even further unique build. There is a lot of neat stuff here, but with the level capped and which tree you can upgrade, you're limited on how far you can go right now. I really enjoyed the combat, and I think it'll be even more sick as we get to dive deeper into the magic and weapon buffing and who knows what else more. There is so much potential here, but playing as a Vanguard would probably be the way that I go anyway. We have a few weapons that we can try out in the demo. I spent some time with the fast swinging short sword and shield combo where I took advantage of parrying, and then I did the same with the mace that I picked up a little bit later on. As soon as I saw the great sword option, I farmed some money and bought it to use, and I think I liked that the most. There was a weapon or two that I didn't get to try out because I didn't farm enough money for, but I kept changing gear whenever I came across new pieces to give me the most health as possible, even if it sacrificed defense, until I found out about the blacksmith NPC who lets you craft your own gear. I made a full set out of copper ingots that I paid him to smelt with golden materials. You can buy weapons to use, but I didn't come across any ranged options. Even though there has to be some in the full game, we fight archers and a variety of different human enemies and beasts out in the wild. There are also quite a few boss battles tied to different quests that will stand in your way. I bought the fire rune to equip so I could do some magic, but it wouldn't let me because I found out that we can't access the mastery skills for either magic or the assassinations to use the dagger's weapon. I'm excited to see what all is added because currently you can stagger enemies, and in the full game you're going to be able to do executions and use a variety of different attacks as you unlock them. As you do damage, you build up your adrenaline meter, which allows you to execute a special attack after getting some adrenaline buildup, which is pretty cool. I typically would kill enemies by just using a combo of light attacks, and then I pretty much focused on my damage output. After I went with the greatsword, it obviously is two-handed, so I didn't have my shield anymore, which helped me to get into the habit of dodging by rolling, which felt great too. As you come across NPCs in the world, some of them you can send back to the hub area to join your caravan, which is to the right of your initial spawn at the beginning of the demo. This is where you can level up your map and craft armor and stuff like that. There are a ton of materials that you pick up throughout the world, a lot of food ingredients as well, so I bet we can make our own healing items or potions in the future. As you run into others out in the world, you'll get quests to do that will in turn give you rewards, and doing so will bring some of them to that hub area to offer services. The quests are really easy to follow because they mark where you need to go on the map, and you can check your quest log at any time in your journal. You'll eventually get to a city in the story where you get a shop opened up to you, as well as a lot of different people to talk to, some needing help and hiring you to do work for them. There is quite a bit of content planned for the full release based off the Kickstarter page presented by Primal Game Studio. Over 5,200 backers and just over 275k at the time of making this video was put into this game, and it is killer to see it coming to life. New weapons, new areas, and additional classes to play as. It looks like there is a lot of love and support going into Mandragora, allowing them to create the game they envision. It was initially set to release later this year, I guess, but with all of the additional content, it has pushed it back to next year, which is totally fine to me. Just a few notable features that interest me are the armor transmog feature, the NPC musicians, permadeath mode, and multiple endings. They said that they wanted to blend a few of their favorite games together in order to create this awesome experience that will set them apart from the rest, while taking inspiration from Castlevania, Dark Souls, Witcher 3, and Ori and the Will of the Wisp. I can definitely see a little of each game present in the demo, so I'm excited to keep up with this one as development continues. In my opinion, the demo is very well done. I was surprised at all that was available, even if I ended up wanting more and more. I completed every quest I could find and tried to traverse the whole map until eventually hitting locked doors and inaccessible areas to the demo. I did experience a little bit of stuttering here and there, which could be attributed to OBS or something, but overall a very pleasant experience. I like the whole dark fantasy aesthetic of the world, and I honestly can't wait to see more. I've been a sucker for Metroidvanias lately, and the level design in this one was great, giving shortcuts to bonfires or bosses, and the art style is very appealing as well. Music was good, and so was the combat. I did put about 30 minutes of game time in the demo on my Steam Deck, and it played pretty smoothly, so that's a good sign. Another cool game to keep on the radar and stay up to date with. I logged just about 3.5 hours in this one, and I hope this video brought you some insight into Mandragora. As always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video or listen to me talk. First look videos are a good change of pace from full-on reviews, and by the way, I do have a few of those in the works, as well as some really awesome games releasing next week, so stay tuned and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.